Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly turn their dreams into reality, while others get stuck in a cycle of doubt and negativity? What if I told you that the very thoughts running through your mind right now could have the power to shape your reality in ways you never thought possible? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating concept of mind over matter. We'll explore the mind's incredible, scientifically backed ability to not only influence your physical health, but to transform the world around you. If you're ready to unlock the vast potential within you and eager to learn practical techniques to manifest your desires and dreams, you're in for an eye-opening ride. This video is packed with mind-blowing insights, groundbreaking experiments, and actionable steps that will empower you to take control of your destiny. So, let's embark on this extraordinary journey together. Before we begin, take a moment to hit that subscribe button, share the video with your friends, and give it a thumbs up. Most importantly, make a commitment to watch the entire video because the real magic lies in the details. Now let's get started. Live as if nothing can shake your peace. 18 Principles. Principle 1. Listen more than you speak. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This advice goes beyond the obvious physical meaning and dives into a deeper understanding of how we should engage with the world and those around us. When we're always talking, sharing our own thoughts and opinions, it's like we're blocking ourselves off from the wisdom others have to offer. We can become so absorbed in our own voices that we miss out on valuable insights. Think about it when you're having a conversation. Are you truly listening? Or are you just waiting for your turn to talk? Often, we're more focused on our response than on fully absorbing the other person's perspective. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, emphasize the importance of listening more than speaking. They believe that by doing so, we open ourselves up to continuous learning and personal growth. It's a way of recognizing that we don't have all the answers, and there's always something new we can discover by being humble and receptive to others. Principle 2. Always be ready for the worst. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are pleasant. But what does it mean to be prepared for the worst? It doesn't mean living in constant fear or anticipating disaster at every turn. Instead, it's about adopting a mindset of resilience and readiness. Think of life as a journey where obstacles, detours, and challenges are inevitable. Whether it's something as common as losing a job or as unexpected as a health crisis, difficulties can arise at any time. Epictetus encouraged us not to fear these potential hardships, but to embrace the idea that they could happen. Marcus Aurelius and Seneca also understood the importance of mental preparation. Instead of avoiding potential setbacks, they advocated for developing inner strength so that when challenges do arise, we're ready to face them with grace and resilience. It's not about expecting failure, but about preparing ourselves mentally and emotionally to handle whatever life throws our way. Have you ever found yourself fixating on the worst-case scenarios in life, constantly worrying about what could go wrong? What if I told you that this kind of thinking not only adds unnecessary stress, but can also hold you back from reaching your true potential? The Stoics believed that worrying about the future doesn't prepare us for challenges. Instead, it causes us to miss out on the opportunities of the present. Rather than succumbing to fear and negativity, the Stoic approach is to embrace the power of preparation. It's about developing resilience and mental strength, preparing ourselves for the storms that life may throw our way. Take the example of a soldier heading into battle. They don't hope for failure, but train, strategize, and prepare for every possible scenario, ensuring they are equipped to face any challenge head-on. As Aristotle said, it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. This means acknowledging that difficulties may arise, but not letting them consume us. By focusing on building resilience and embracing the possibility of adversity, we can face life's challenges with grace and confidence. Principle 3. Embrace failure as a stepping stone. Failure is often seen as something to avoid at all costs, but the Stoics had a different perspective. They saw failure not as a setback, but as an essential part of growth and self-improvement. The key is not to fear mistakes, but to learn from them. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated that we should keep company only with those who uplift you. Surrounding ourselves with supportive, inspiring people can serve as a powerful catalyst for growth. Instead of letting failure define us, we can see it as an opportunity to refine our character, just as a sculptor chisels away at stone to create a masterpiece. Aristotle also reminded us that excellence is not an act, but a habit. By accepting failure as part of the journey, we can cultivate resilience and continually evolve. Each setback, when viewed through the lens of self-reflection, teaches us more about our strengths and weaknesses, ultimately leading us to become better versions of ourselves. Principle 4. Be cautious of the allure of fortune. Epictetus warned us to be mindful of how wealth and fortune can affect our character and moral values. There are countless examples of people who, after attaining great wealth, lose sight of their virtues and ethics. The pursuit of money can sometimes overshadow the pursuit of integrity and self-growth. As Seneca famously said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. It's important to remember that our character, our relationships, and our integrity should always come before material wealth. In the words of Plato, justice means minding your own business and not meddling with other men's concerns. While financial success can be gratifying, the Stoics believed it should never become the focal point of our lives. True value lies in maintaining our moral compass, regardless of our financial standing. Principle 5. Don't pin all your hopes on one outcome. Having dreams and goals is essential to living a fulfilled life. However, the Stoics cautioned against placing all of our hopes and happiness on a single goal. Whether it's career success, a specific relationship, or a particular achievement, focusing all your energy on one outcome can lead to disappointment if that goal doesn't materialize. Seneca advised, begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Life is inherently uncertain, and circumstances can change unexpectedly. Instead of fixating on one aspiration, Epictetus encouraged us to diversify our hopes and ambitions. By spreading our focus across various areas of life, we create a more balanced and resilient emotional foundation. Aristotle's idea of eudaimonia, flourishing, aligns with this principle. He believed that a meaningful life is about balancing intellectual growth, moral excellence, and fulfilling relationships. If we focus solely on one goal, we risk neglecting other crucial aspects of a well-rounded life. Principle 6. Remember, death is inevitable. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to become consumed by the hustle and forget the bigger picture. We get lost in trivial matters and lose sight of what truly matters in life. The Stoics urged us to always keep in mind the inevitability of death. This doesn't mean living in fear or focusing on doom and gloom, but rather using the awareness of our mortality to inspire us to live more intentionally. By remembering that time is limited, we can prioritize what's truly important: relationships, personal growth, and living with purpose. When we embrace the certainty of death, we are less likely to get bogged down by distractions and more likely to focus on what brings meaning and fulfillment to our lives. Incorporating these principles into our daily lives can help us navigate challenges with resilience, maintain balance in our pursuits, and ultimately create a life filled with greater peace and purpose. We often find ourselves fixated on short-term goals, material possessions, and temporary pleasures. However, the Stoics encourage us to take a step back and reflect on the deeper truth of our mortality. As Seneca wisely said, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." This highlights the paradox of human behavior. We fear death, yet we often live as though time is endless. We delay pursuing our dreams, repairing relationships, or living authentically, assuming there will always be a tomorrow. When we acknowledge that death is inevitable, it becomes a powerful motivator. It prompts us to prioritize what truly matters: our relationships, growth, and pursuit of genuine fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Reflecting on mortality encourages us to live according to our principles, focusing on self-growth, kindness, and the well-being of others. Psychologically, this idea connects with the concept of memento mori, remembering that we will die. It serves as a powerful tool for mindfulness and motivation, urging us to live with intention and clarity. Principle 7. True wealth lies in a contented spirit. To understand this principle, we must first realize that Stoicism does not reject external wealth or comfort. It simply emphasizes that these things are secondary to our inner state of mind. As Epictetus put it, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This perspective is aligned with broader teachings in Western philosophy. Aristotle, for example, believed that the ultimate aim of life is to achieve eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or well-being. True happiness, according to him, comes from living virtuously and realizing our inner potential. In a consumer-driven world, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly seeking more, assuming that possessions will bring lasting happiness. But Seneca wisely noted, "A man is as miserable as he thinks he is." This underscores the power of our mindset in shaping our sense of well-being. True wealth, the Stoics teach, lies not in what we own, but in our ability to appreciate what we already have. Practicing gratitude, acknowledging both the big and small blessings in our lives, helps us find contentment in the present moment. Seneca also pointed out, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Psychologically, this concept ties into hedonic adaptation, which suggests we tend to return to a baseline level of happiness after experiencing both positive and negative events. By cultivating a contented spirit, we can counteract this tendency and find lasting satisfaction in the simple joys of life. Principle 8. Embrace humility as a core virtue. To truly understand the significance of humility, we need to recognize that it's not about diminishing our worth, but acknowledging that there is always more to learn. As Socrates famously said, "I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing." This humble admission of our limitations is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus emphasized the importance of maintaining a humble disposition, believing that wisdom begins with the recognition of our ignorance. He said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Aristotle argued that humility is vital for moral and intellectual growth. Humility allows us to learn from others and correct our mistakes, fostering personal development. Plato also valued humility, noting that courage is knowing what not to fear, which suggests that recognizing our vulnerabilities is a form of strength. In today's fast-paced, information-driven society, embracing humility is more crucial than ever. With so much knowledge constantly expanding, no one can be an expert in everything. By adopting humility, we open ourselves to continuous learning and growth. Principle 9. Consider guilt as a hindrance to growth. Guilt arises when we believe we've done something wrong or failed to meet our moral standards. While it can serve as a guide to better behavior, it can also become a paralyzing emotion, leading to self-blame and feelings of worthlessness. Marcus Aurelius offers valuable wisdom in this regard. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Stoic philosophy suggests that guilt becomes a curse when it hinders our personal growth. Instead of dwelling on guilt, we are encouraged to examine our actions objectively, learn from our mistakes, and take responsibility for our choices. Seneca reinforced this idea, stating, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Aristotle viewed guilt as a moral compass when it prompts us to reflect on our actions and correct course. He believed that virtue lies in finding balance in our lives, while Plato's focus on self-awareness aligns with Stoic introspection. The key message here is not to let guilt consume us. By reflecting on our missteps and making amends, we can grow stronger and wiser. Guilt, when used as a tool for self-examination and improvement, leads us toward greater moral development and peace of mind. Rather than allowing guilt to be a burden, we can transform it into a catalyst for personal growth and positive change. Guilt, when processed constructively, can act as a powerful teacher, encouraging us to reassess our values and behaviors. Modern psychology aligns with this Stoic approach by recognizing that healthy guilt can drive moral development and strengthen relationships. However, when guilt becomes excessive or misplaced, it can negatively impact our mental and emotional health. This is why it's essential to handle guilt with wisdom, as the Stoics advise. Principle 10. Build relationships with successful people. Stoic philosophers understood the profound influence that the people we surround ourselves with have on our mindset and behavior. Seneca emphasized the importance of choosing our companions carefully, saying, "Friendship always benefits. Love sometimes injures." Aristotle, too, explored the dynamics of friendships and connections. He believed that virtuous friendships built on shared values and mutual support were essential for a fulfilling life. These ideas echo the Stoic notion that surrounding ourselves with positive influences can uplift our character and well-being. Socrates valued engaging with others who possessed wisdom and success. He believed that conversations, especially with those who had achieved success or possessed valuable knowledge, could foster understanding and wisdom. Research supports this, showing that our social networks can significantly affect our mental health, behavior, and overall success. Positive, supportive relationships can motivate us, provide guidance, and help us achieve our goal. The principle of connecting with successful individuals encourages us to seek out mentors, role models, and friends who inspire us to reach our full potential. By learning from those who have achieved success, we enhance our own chances of growth and fulfillment. Principle 11. Your reactions shape your destiny. According to Stoic philosophy, while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This reflects the Stoic belief that our perceptions and interpretations of events play a significant role in shaping our experiences. Aristotle also explored the importance of attitudes and character, arguing that virtues like courage and resilience are key to a flourishing life. These qualities, according to Aristotle, enable us to navigate life's challenges and grow stronger through adversity. Plato emphasized the importance of self-awareness and self-control, advising individuals to align their desires with reason. This resonates with the Stoic belief that our reactions, influenced by our inner state, significantly affect our fate. In modern psychology, Carol Dweck's concept of the growth mindset echoes this Stoic idea, suggesting that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. This mindset aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle that how we respond to life's challenges shapes our destiny. Principle 12. Fulfill your responsibilities. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "A man's true delight is to do the things he was made for." This quote highlights the Stoic view that each of us has a unique purpose and responsibility that contributes to the greater good. Seneca similarly emphasized the importance of integrity and fulfilling our duties, stating, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." These words remind us to face challenges head-on and fulfill our responsibilities, even when they seem overwhelming. In Western philosophy, Aristotle's concept of virtue ethics is closely tied to this idea of fulfilling our responsibilities. He believed that cultivating virtues such as courage, justice, and honesty was essential to leading a good life. This aligns with the Stoic belief that fulfilling our responsibilities is an expression of virtue. Plato's philosophy also reflects this idea, as he proposed that each person has a role in society and should fulfill it for the collective harmony. Research has shown that individuals who perceive their actions as meaningful and socially beneficial tend to experience greater life satisfaction and well-being. Fulfilling our responsibilities not only helps others, but also leads to a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Principle 13. Let go of hatred. The Stoics placed great importance on maintaining inner tranquility, teaching that our responses to external events are within our control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This suggests that the most effective way to respond to hostility is by rising above it and maintaining our integrity and peace of mind. Seneca believed that true freedom comes from emotional mastery, stating, "He who is brave is free." This wisdom underscores the idea that our emotional freedom is tied to our ability to rise above negative emotions such as anger and hatred. Epictetus, focused on personal agency, emphasized that we have the power to choose how we respond to external events. Hostility or criticism, he taught, should not disturb our inner calm unless we allow it to. In Western philosophy, Aristotle's concept of virtue ethics offers guidance on how to respond to hostility. He believed that virtues like patience and temperance could help us respond to conflict with measured and balanced emotions, instead of succumbing to hatred or rage. Modern psychology also supports this principle, with research showing that holding on to hatred and resentment can harm our mental health. Letting go of negative emotions like anger is linked to improved emotional well-being and overall life satisfaction. By choosing peace over hate, we free ourselves from unnecessary emotional burdens. Principle 14. Embrace introspection and simplicity. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt dig." This emphasizes the Stoic belief that true wisdom and fulfillment arise from self-reflection and inner awareness. Seneca, known for his writings on simplicity, also advocated for a life free of unnecessary clutter. He remarked, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This insight suggests that simplicity is not about avoiding challenges, but about confronting them with clarity and purpose. Epictetus, who focused on inner freedom and the power of choice, urged us to simplify our desires, distinguishing between what is truly essential and what is superfluous. This leads us toward a more content and peaceful existence. Plato's allegory of the cave from the Republic serves as a metaphor for introspection, urging us to escape the illusions of the material world and seek deeper truths within. By embracing simplicity, we free ourselves from distractions and gain access to profound self-discovery. In modern psychology, the value of mindfulness and self-reflection is widely recognized. Research in positive psychology indicates that individuals who practice these qualities tend to experience greater life satisfaction and well-being. Principle 15. Find benefit in every circumstance. Seneca, in his writings on adversity, remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." This reflects the Stoic view that challenges are not obstacles to be avoided, but opportunities for growth. By seeking the lessons in difficult circumstances, we can develop greater strength and resilience. Epictetus emphasized that our perception of events is within our control. He encouraged us to view adversity as a chance to practice virtue and cultivate character. Embracing this mindset allows us to align with the Stoic ideal of living virtuously regardless of external conditions. Aristotle's concept of the golden mean relates closely to this principle, as he believed that finding balance in life, especially during difficult times, is key to a flourishing life. By seeking benefit in every circumstance, we strike a balance between optimism and pessimism. Psychological research also supports this idea, particularly through the concept of post-traumatic growth, which suggests that overcoming adversity can lead to positive personal development. By finding benefits in challenging situations, we tap into our inner resilience and discover silver linings, even in the darkest moments. Principle 16. Cultivate emotional resilience and self-control. Stoic teachings, especially those of Marcus Aurelius, remind us that we have control over our inner world, no matter what happens externally. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight underscores that while we can't always control what happens around us, we can control our emotional responses. By developing emotional resilience and self-control, we can maintain inner peace in the face of adversity. Plato's philosophy also aligns with this principle, emphasizing the importance of reason and intellect in guiding our actions. By fostering emotional resilience, we can make thoughtful decisions rather than allowing impulsive emotions to control us. Modern psychology affirms this idea, with studies showing that individuals who manage their emotions effectively enjoy better mental health and stronger relationships. By cultivating emotional resilience, we strengthen our psychological well-being and increase our capacity for leading more fulfilling lives. Principle 17. Seek to learn and grow from every situation. Stoic philosophy teaches us that our judgments and perceptions about events shape our experiences. Seneca, in his writings on resilience, reminded us, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. He believed that adversity could be a powerful teacher if we choose to learn from it. Instead of viewing setbacks as hindrances, we can see them as opportunities for growth and improvement. Epictetus, with his focus on inner freedom, emphasized that we can choose how to respond to external events. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This Stoic wisdom teaches that our responses to circumstances either hinder or foster our personal development. By actively seeking to benefit from every situation, we exercise our agency and promote our growth. Aristotle's concept of virtue and eudaimonia, flourishing, connects to this principle, as he believed that living a virtuous life involves making the best of our circumstances and using them to grow morally and intellectually. Modern psychology supports this, with studies indicating that individuals who see adversity as an opportunity for growth experience better mental health and higher life satisfaction. Principle 18. Accept what you cannot control. Focus on what you can. Seneca advised, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." Stoic philosophy encourages us to accept that there are aspects of life, such as fate or circumstances, that are beyond our control. Instead of resisting or lamenting these unchangeable factors, we can focus our energy on areas where we do have influence. Plato's teachings on self-mastery and rationality are also relevant here. He emphasized that self-discipline and awareness of our limitations allow us to make reasoned, focused choices. By accepting what we cannot control and directing our attention to what we can, we exercise self-mastery and cultivate rational thought. Socrates' emphasis on self-knowledge and introspection reinforces this principle. By accepting our limitations, we gain deeper understanding and wisdom. Modern psychology also echoes this wisdom, particularly in stress management and emotional regulation. Research shows that individuals who focus on what they can control tend to experience lower stress levels and better emotional well-being. This principle is closely linked to the psychological concept of the locus of control, which refers to the degree to which we believe we can influence the events in our lives. Embracing the things we can change while accepting the things we cannot allows us to lead more peaceful, balanced lives. Conclusion. These timeless Stoic principles offer profound guidance on navigating life with purpose and tranquility. They encourage us to embrace introspection, learn from challenges, and focus on cultivating inner resilience. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we can foster wisdom, inner peace, and a greater sense of fulfillment.